January, and then a week before that meeting, I got a very interesting call that came into my office, my business office, from Washington, D.C., and it was an individual that requested a meeting with myself and his boss. And with the preface of saying this guy really likes what the Tea Party is doing, and he'd like to help us out, help the Tea Party. And you know, I was born at night, but not last night. And I was a little leery of that, but again, you'd be silly not to take that meeting because you just don't know. Maybe this person was legitimate. So long story short, 2 days prior to that 22nd meeting in January, so on the 20th, I met with this individual in Indianapolis at a hotel bar at the airport. He flew in to see me. And we spent the next 2.5 hours talking about Senator Lugar. Go figure that. I kind of thought that might be the case. So individually, this person talked, I listened. And a very influential person, mind you. Very wealthy, very powerful individual. And they said that, or he said that, you know, I want to talk to you about these issues that you guys have with Senator Lugar. And he goes through the same scenario that 1 month earlier we talked to the senator. Well, the START treaty, you know, it's not a big deal because the Russians cheat. But so do we. That's what he said. He said, you know, the DREAM Act, I don't know why you guys are upset with that. Do you realize how many unfilled jobs there are in this country? We don't have enough people to fill those jobs. And I was dumbfounded. I thought, what world are you living in? I mean, go look for a job right now. So, and that's not the only issue other than it's illegal, but that was his ration. And then he said to me, well, and you know the Supreme Court justices, well, yeah, we were wondering about that. But you know what? Yeah, we don't agree with him, but you don't agree with anybody in life. So, but we agree with him 87% of the time. So, you know, you guys knock off Lugar, then we need to take the Senate back in 2012. We got to have it. So you guys knock off Lugar, then what? A Democrat gets in? So that's just dumb. And he said, besides, that's going to cost $10 or $12 million to defend that seat if you guys go after him, when we could be spending that money somewhere else. He said it's hard to raise money in any climate, especially in this climate. Now, if you knew who this individual was, it's not going to be hard for him to raise money. But so I listened some more, and I thought, and I was real early on in the conversation. I knew what it was about. So he said, you know what? He says the darn shame is there's some key Tea Party people here in Indiana. You guys could be a real value, actually. You know, a few of you. He said, I have a big fundraiser at my place every year. A big fundraiser. Not your 20, 30 person fundraiser, but a big fundraiser. He said, you guys would get, you know, a few of you I could invite. And you get to meet some really powerful people that you wouldn't meet otherwise, like Mitch McConnell and people from all over the United States. I thought, okay, there's the first bribe. And I didn't flinch. I mean, I'm not going to be bought, and certainly not for a party. So he talked a little bit more, kind of trying to lure me in a little bit more. So his last thing he said to me, he said, you know, the real shame is that a few of you Tea Party guys, do you understand how important you are to the conservative movement? I said, well, there's lots of us actually, but yeah, we do, because we are the conservatives and the Republicans are not, nor are the Democrats. And he said that he said, there are so many positions, unfilled positions on senators and congressmen's staff, and some of you guys would go a long way to help out and bring that conservatism to that. So now it wasn't a direct offer, but it was insinuated he could make that happen if I wanted to. And I didn't bite on that, and then quickly the meeting ended. He was in a hurry at that point because I didn't bite. So that's who they're sending after us. That was one person. Now later, Monica was contacted by the Japanese embassy out of Washington, D.C. And that person flew into Indianapolis to meet with her, wondering why we would go after Senator Lugar, such a fine, upstanding individual. So trust me, this is different. They're not used to it. They don't like it. But the fact of the matter is we've got to do this because he doesn't deserve any of our votes. He's not conservative. He doesn't even care about Indiana. He is and if you talk to him, he told us this in the December meeting, he's a United States Senator, period. He represents the United States. And no, he is a U.S. Senator, but he's our senator. And we should hold him accountable. Like any good employer, you will hold your employees accountable. And he's not acting in our best behalf or that of the country, so it's time to remove him. Like you would, if you want to save your business, you take care of wayward employees. Same difference with him. So that was really led up to our meeting. Now our meeting, we had, as I said, about 72, I believe was the final count that actually came to that meeting. And with that, what we said, if we don't do this collectively, we have less of a chance to beat the senator, period. And even, frankly, as influential as the Tea Party is, I don't honestly believe that the Tea Party alone can defeat Senator Lugar. It's going to take people who don't associate themselves or don't actually consider themselves a Tea Party person. So we've got to reach everybody that we can possibly do so. So one of the plans that we've come up with, getting input from various people, is, and I know this is, I didn't really come to bring, or be prepared to bring graphics, but we decided to build a house or a 4-story structure, and the foundation of this Hoosiers for Conservative Senate is just that. It's a foundation, it's unity. If the Tea Parties will work together on this one cause, we have a very good chance of defeating the senator. If we don't, we have less of a chance.